Is the 5.7 liter Hemi a good engine in these Ram 1500s? I'm gonna let you know, as a heavy duty mechanic, what I think. What is going on today, guys? My name's Alex, and like I said, we are talking about the Hemi in my Ram 1500. We're gonna talk about the benefits of this 5.7 liter Hemi and my thoughts on it after driving 100,000 kilometers with it. And I've put it through quite a bit of different scenarios. I've towed over 10,000 kilometers with this engine, and not light stuff. We're talking probably about 5,000 pounds up and over the mountains twice. I've been in many off-road situations, deep snow, mud, what have you. I've really given this engine a good real-world review for a pickup truck. In my opinion, what a pickup truck is meant to do, especially 1500. Now, before I pop the hood on this engine, no engine is perfect. Every engine has its flaws, and obviously the Hemi is no different. I've talked about in the past the lifter issues on this specific engine. So if you're interested in that, I've made a couple videos. I'll link them up here. But today we are focusing on the positives, why this engine is a good engine, and it is a good engine. So let's get into it. Yeah, oh, I just got her oiled. She's nice and oily. Ugh. All right, as the plastic cover says, it is the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. Now, this engine was reintroduced in 2003, replaced the 5.9 Magnum in the 1500 pickups, and in 2009 with this beautiful 4th generation of truck. It was completely revamped, although I believe they still keep the 3rd gen Hemi name. Pretty sure on that, but don't quote me on that. So with the revised engine in 2009, there's a couple changes. First, the MDS system, multi-cylinder displacement system, was introduced, basically meaning the engine can cut down to 4 cylinders, saving you fuel. Variable valve timing was introduced. The heads on this engine have more airflow through them. I believe the intakes have about 14% more airflow, and the exhausts are around 10% more airflow. Again, giving you more power.
More power, baby! Yeah!
The compression ratio on this is increased. I believe it's 10.5 to 1, which is higher than the previous generation. And then lastly, the biggest change in my opinion is that the camshaft was lifted higher into the block, resulting in a better valve train angle. So those changes there, in my opinion, are the most important that happened in 2009. But there are a whole bunch of changes. Like I said, this engine was completely redesigned, so there's more than that if you guys want to dig into it. All right, number one reason why I think this Hemi is a good engine, it's power. There is a lot of power in this Hemi, 395 horsepower as well as 410 foot-pounds of torque, so plenty of get up and go, especially when you pair it with the 8-speed transmission and an optionable 391 gear in the back. This thing can burn rubber any time of the frickin' day, and that's exactly what you want with a pickup truck. You want lots of power for towing, lots of power to get out of sticky situations, and lots of power to blow past people on those country roads that are going too frickin' slow, because that's what us Hemi drivers do. Just kidding. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I've towed many kilometers with this thing, and this engine is perfect for towing. I'll show you a clip here of me ripping up the mountains here, and this engine is just buzzing at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM for like minutes, and it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we dropped the gear now, boys. Now we're cooking with fire. Just pinned her at 4 grand. Let's see what the old girl's got. Give it to me, baby. Oh my God, she is working hard. Now, along with power comes the sound of this engine. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that this 5.7 liter Hemi is the best sounding naturally aspirated V8 on the market. It is an amazing sounding engine. With just the stock muffler, and I'll put a clip here in a sec, it does sound pretty nice. I mean, it's not crazy loud, but it's a nice sounding sound. Listen to the stock exhaust. This is 100% stock. Kind of crazy. But for all those guys that want a loud sounding pickup truck, my God, this thing with a muffler delete is insane. It sounds incredible. It is loud, I'll warn you, but it does sound freaking awesome. So that's why I think this engine is one of the best sounding engines on the market. So you can't go wrong with a great sounding V8 with plenty of power. Third benefit of this Hemi is, shockingly, the fuel economy. Now I know it seems like a high displacement V8 engine is just gonna suck back fuel, and in most cases you're not wrong, but this engine is shockingly fuel efficient. On average, I'm around 12 to 13 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's combined, you know, bombing around town and driving on the highway country roads. So that is really, really good for a 5.7 liter displacement V8 engine. I was always super impressed with the fuel economy, and I think you guys should be too. Number 4, the price. The price at which you can get these trucks, specifically these engines right now, is kind of crazy. So if you guys know anything about Dodge, obviously this is the 4th generation, and then the 5th generation, I believe, dropped in 2018. So this is a 2017 truck, but you can still find brand new 4th generation trucks on dealers' lots still in 2021, and they are trying to freaking give these things away. And I know some of you may say, well, it's a Chrysler product, it's made cheaply, so it's going to be cheap. Maybe, maybe not. That's your opinion. But if you guys are in the market for a cheaper V8 with plenty of power, great sound, pretty fuel efficient, the Hemi is a really good option. I know the Fords are astronomical in price right now, and the Chevs are right behind them. So these Dodges are pretty reasonably priced for the power and performance you're going to get with the Hemi in them. So something to consider if you're in the market. Number 5, guys. The strength of the bottom end of these engines, great strength, 4-bolt mains, great strong crankshafts. Pistons are cast aluminum, strong yet really nice and light. The connecting rods in an internal combustion engine take the most abuse out of any part, and they are forged in this engine. So plenty of bottom end strength, and as far as I can tell, I did quite a bit of research, I really could not find a consistent bottom end piston head failure on these engines. Obviously it is a mechanical component, so there will be failures. That's just how it works. But as a whole, this engine seems to be super solid when it comes to those components. The only mechanical flaw really with this engine is the lifter issue, unfortunately. And I like I said, I've talked about that at length. We're not going to talk about it in this video. Staying positive, but that would be the one concern mechanically with these engines. Lastly, guys, reliability. And this is where the rubber meets the road. Are these engines reliable? Yes. Yes, they are. They are reliable engines. I have 100,000 kilometers on this engine of pretty good use. Now, according to Edmunds, these engines on average are lasting around 200 to 300,000 kilometers, which is pretty decent. The way they make engines these days at a cost. Would I say this is the most reliable engine on the market? No. The most reliable engine is the 350 small block Chev. That's a fact, undisputed. Write in the comments if you don't agree, but you're wrong. No, this is not the most reliable engine you could ever buy, but it is still a reliable engine. I think they serve their purpose well, and they do have their issues. But like I've said many times in this video, every engine has their issues. It is a mechanical component. I'm a mechanic. I see mechanical failures on the best components ever made. Things just fail. For whatever reason, the metal was fatigued, the bolt was just cracked. I mean, things happen. So there is something to say about reliability. I think these are reliable engines. Are they the most reliable engine? No, I don't think so. But compared to their competitors today, is the Ford 5.0 Coyote more reliable than the Hemi? Is the LS more reliable than the Hemi? Potentially. Potentially not. I mean, it all kind of comes down to the individual engine, what's been done to it, how it's been abused, how it's been maintained. So guys, to conclude, with the Hemi, we have good power, good sound, good fuel economy, great pricing, great bottom end strength, good strong engine, and lastly, there's good reliability. I've been impressed as a mechanic with the 100,000 kilometers I've had with it. Literally no issues. Actually, that's not true. I had a leaking valve cover, which was taken care of under warranty. Actually, the warranty was really awesome. They gave me a rental truck for 2 days, didn't pay anything, it just was taken care of, which is kind of awesome. Other than that, I've had no issues, and I have really honestly given this thing a good real world test over the 100,000 kilometers, and she's proved to be a good engine. So that's all I gotta say about that. So as always, if you like the video, make sure to leave that thumbs up, and if you like cool stuff like this, maybe even think about subscribing. We'd love to have you on board in the near future, as in like probably next week or two. I am going to be ordering my Eaton True Track for the rear diff. Tired of having a freaking open differential. I said I would do it last year, but I kind of rethought that because it would have avoided my powertrain warranty. So now that I am out of warranty, the time has come. We're gonna be putting an Eaton True Track in there, and we're gonna be having a lot of fun this winter. Supposed to have a heavy winter, lots of snow, which I'm pumped for, and hopefully making cool videos for you guys. So if any of that interests you, stay tuned. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next freaking video.